Dude, I don't know what's going on. I have my thermostat set at 80 degrees and nothing is getting warm in this shop. It's in the 30s today. It's raining. It's snowing. Life doesn't know what it wants to give us today. And my heat is not working. So this is frustrating because it's cold. You can see the giant freaking system that should be blowing 80 degrees worth of air and nothing's happening. So we're going to go outside and we're going to see what's going on. I'm freaking empty. It's on 0, boys. And it ain't broken, I don't think. Alright, so I gotta get this giant freaking tank filled. What are we gonna do, boys? Freaking just went back 100 years with no heat. We're gonna have to start a campfire in here, which brings me to our next project. At the end of January, I have one boat to shrink wrap. This customer must be a late bloomer of some sort because he decided after telling me he didn't want to shrink wrap, he did want to shrink wrap. So before it leaves the shop, we're going to shrink wrap this boat in the shop. I have this about 35 feet of shrink wrap. Oh my God, what a nightmare. That I pulled over a previous boat, which turned out to be too small for the boat. It's about 35 feet in length by 20-ish feet in width. And the boat was just too big for it. I must have grabbed the wrong roll. But it left me with this bundle of shrink wrap. And if you know shrink wrap, you know shrink wrap ain't cheap. So I'm not just going to throw it out. Luckily, this guy needs his boat shrink wrap. So we're going to use this, which is a little too big for this specific boat. But I'd rather use it and make something on it than have it just sit here and get ruined or thrown out, blah, blah, blah. So we're going to shrink wrap a boat today, and hopefully using the flame in this shop is going to heat it up because it is cold, man. It is so cold. I just got to make a little bit of room. I definitely got to move some trailers outside so I could have access to the front of the garage. So we'll do that now. And then we'll shrink wrap a boat. work on this boat, and the leaves are freaking annoying me. So we're going to clean those up real quick, throw them in a dumpster, and then we'll get to it. Before we shrink wrap, we have to dry the boat. So we're going to go ahead and do that now, and then we'll move on to the shrink wrapping stage. So let's do that. So we just finished drying the boat. All right. The trailer doesn't fold in, so I can't close the garage. So we're working in the cold. It's 32 degrees out. Boat just finished drying. We're going to start tying it up. We're going to put the support poles in, and then we're going to use moisture buckets, 2 of them, just in case. Usually when we put them away wet like this, we try to keep the moisture levels down by using buckets instead of bags. So that's what we're going to do. We're using 2 of them. A boat like this would at most get 1 or a couple moisture bags, but we're using 2 buckets. So now that that's done, we're going to get to it. We'll string it up. We'll get some video of that, and then we'll go and jump into the mess of a shrink wrap ball that I created from my previous mistake that we are fortunate enough to use on this guy. So let's get to it. So we just finished stringing up the boat. As you just saw, we'll take a quick look at the finished look of the supports. And at this point, the floor is a mess. I was wiping my feet, but I guess I wasn't doing it good enough. So I'm going to have to wipe this down before I actually shrink wrap it. So that way, come springtime, if the customer opens it himself, he won't be too surprised, alright? So let's take a look at the mess. Check out all my footprints. I was using that mat to wipe my feet, but it wasn't really working. I'm going to clean my footprints up. I'm going to put the moisture buckets in, and then we're going to wrap the boat. So let's go. Alright, we just wiped the boat down real quick. Alright guys, that was me shrink wrapping the last boat of the season. As you can see, I already got another ski-in for tomorrow. Maybe we'll make a video on that. Maybe we won't. We'll see. If you stuck with us this long, I appreciate it. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you on the next one.